We're heading straight to the Ashanti region, where the incumbent member of parliament for Kwadaso constituency seems to be heading out of parliament because Dr. Kingsley Nyarko has emerged winner in the primaries that was held this afternoon. Nana Aljima has been following that story for us. He joins me live in the Ashanti region. Hello, Nana. So essentially, three people stood for that election: Vincent Frimpong, Kingsley Nyarko, and of course, Samiu Kwadwo Nuamah. Well, Dr. Kingsley Nyarko is a person who is emerging winner this afternoon, and we're going to get the details of that for you as we head to the Ashanti region. Kwadaso is one of the constituencies that did not hold the primaries over the weekend. Remember, Saturday, the NPP held its primaries, and over 40 members of parliament, or 40 incumbent NPP members of parliament, are on their way out of the house. Let's get on to Nanaya Aljima, who is joining me live in the Ashanti region to give us details. Hello, Nanaya. Hopefully you do hear me, Nanaya. Take us through how the primaries went today, and we're hearing that the incumbent member of parliament is on his way out. Go ahead, Nanaya. Okay, Nanaya, I do see you, but I can't hear you. I think that your microphone is off. Let's try and put it on, and do give us the details of that particular primaries. Nanaya Aljima, like I said, is standing by in the Ashanti region to give us the details of that from that parliamentary primaries that has just ended in Kwadaso for the Kwadaso constituency. Let's head back to Nanaya Aljima. Nanaya Aljima, your microphone must be on now. Go ahead, tell us what happened.
So I would want to run you through the results that we have. That's the certified results from the Electoral Commission. And Kingsley Nyarko managed to poll 172 votes. Dr. Samiu Kwadwo Nuamah, who is the incumbent member of parliament for Kwadaso constituency, managed to poll 158 votes. And Vincent Frimpong came third with 41 votes, and they had no spoiled ballot. That means how they are supposed to vote, the delegates did well to do that diligently, and that is so far what we have. So the incumbent member of parliament, SK Nuamah Doctor, has been defeated by Dr. Kingsley Nyarko, and I would want us to go through the history of Kwadaso constituency. And the constituency was carved out of the Bantama constituency, and Madam Hilda Addo was the first parliamentary MP for the constituency, and he managed to be in the seat for just one term, and from there Dr. Owusu Efriye Akoto, who is the Minister for Agric, took over and spent 2 terms in parliament. And from him, SK Nuamah, the incumbent member of parliament, took over from him, and he has been defeated after just 1 term in office. So from the numbers or figures that we have, it means that there were a lot of people who voted in favor of Dr. Kingsley.
Nanaya, can you hear me? Okay, looks like I'm losing Nanaya there, but he was taking us through the Kwadaso constituency and what there is to know as far as that constituency is concerned, how the voting patterns has been, who has been in parliament and who has lost that seat. Of course, Kwadaso has been one of the most contended areas, and which is why the primaries did not come on earlier this weekend. Today, it's just happened. And Nanaya Aljima, Nanaya, I do have you go right ahead with what you're telling me earlier.
So I was concluding on where we are now, and what I'm saying is that Dr. SK Nuamah, who happens to be the incumbent member of parliament for Kwadaso constituency, has been defeated after just 1 term in office. So he joins the tall list of incumbent members of parliament to have been defeated in the current primaries conducted by the NPP in the Ashanti region.
Well, let me find out whether any of them has been speaking, Nanaya, following the primaries.
So I've managed to speak to 2 of the aspirants who contested the elections. So first was the winner of the election, Dr. Nyarko, and to him, he's happy that today he has emerged winner of the elections, and he is calling for support from the other two aspirants to help him win power for the NPP in 2020. So what he wants to do is to increase the votes that Nana Akufo-Addo was able to garner in the previous election, that's the 2016 election. So he believes that if they come on board and help him with political strategies, he will be able to win massively for Nana Akufo-Addo. And also I had an interview with the man who became third on the list, that's Vincent Frimpong Menu, and he says probably his strategy for this election didn't work as expected. So he will go back, do his homework, and maybe in the next 4 years, he will come back and contest the elections. But he also promised to support the winner in the winner in the next elections, help win more votes for Nana Akufo-Addo and keep his government, that's the NPP government, in power.
Interesting. There. How did this particular election go, Nanaya? How was it held? Give us a mental picture.
So I've been here from 7 a.m. when the election started through to 1 p.m. and I've visited almost all the 10 polling stations in the constituency. And I must say, delegates did conduct themselves very well, except the Apatrapa constituency or the Apatrapa polling station, where there were a few issues between the winner, that's the supporters of the winner, Dr. Kingsley Nyarko, and also the incumbent, Dr. S.K. Nuamah. And from what I was able to gather from the eyewitnesses, according to them, one of them came in and he was trying to go around the polling station, have some interaction with the delegates who were at the polling station at that time. And some of his supporters were cheering him up and they were happy to see him. And very soon or later, one contender came in and he also received a lot of cheers from his supporters who were present at the polling station. So these two, in showing their love for their candidates, clashed, and there was heavy military presence on the ground at that time, and there was also reinforcement who came in to stop what could have been an open for all fight among the supporters of the two candidates. So that was the issue there, but police and the military were quick to intervene, and after that issue, soon it was 1 o'clock when the election was supposed to end. So it ended and counting started. But so I left there hadn't been any issues. Things were calm. Aspirants and their delegates and their supporters waited for the ballots to be counted and left the polling station peacefully. Interesting.
Nanaya, finally, how was COVID-19, or how did they observe COVID-19 protocols today, given what happened on Saturday?
So throughout the period from morning, they were going by the protocols. When you come in here, you see automatic hand washing points dotted across all the polling stations that I went to, and whoever comes in was made to wash his hands, wear his face mask, and it was clearly written on the walls that without face mask you'll be denied voting. So they all came in face masks and went by all the protocols. For all the polling stations I went, there were seats reserved for the delegates. So whoever walks in goes through the process, sits down and observe all the protocols before he gets the opportunity to cast his ballot. So if you look at COVID-19 protocols, they were strictly adhered to until it got to a point when they had to count the ballot and also bring them to the collation center. So I can speak for the collation center. Here at the collation center, the police tried to restrict entrance into the center because it is a walled area. But the supporters outside, when I got here, were packed outside, and some were in face masks, others were not. And together they were marrying, because at that time some of them knew who was winning. So those who were in clear lead were outside, and they were clamped together, making merry, jubilating among themselves. When I got access into the area or the polling station, I saw some of the people, or the police ensured that everybody in here were in face masks. But unfortunately, as time went on, when they were getting to know, or the results were unfolding, you know, some went wayward, doing whatever they wanted to do. So some took off their face masks, others were, you know, getting closer and making merry, disregarding social distancing protocol. And when the name of Dr. Kingsley Nyarko, the winner, was mentioned, his supporters all went around him and carried him shoulder high. So clearly they were in breach of the social distancing protocol and other protocols. Even we journalists at a point breached the protocol in attempt to get interview with some of the candidates.
Nanaya, thank you for that update. Very comprehensive one, I should say. Nanaya Juma there, joining me all the way from the Ashanti region. Kwadaso, to be specific, where the NPP primaries there, which was on hold, has just been held. We know that the incumbent has lost, or is on his way out, as he lost in this primaries. We'll bring you more of that in our subsequent bulletin.